Good morning to everybody. Making this video real quick to show you guys how to install your digital dash or fix anything or you can find out anything that's wrong with your cluster and how easy it is. So I'm gonna tell you too, when you get these standalone LS harness from Amazon or eBay, sometimes you're missing stuff that's not connected. So one of them would be your temperature gauge is not connected to your cluster, so you would have to get that connected to the cluster. The other one would be the oil pressure sensor. You would have to get that connected. So what I did is I kept the original, cut off the original harness. So one's ground, red with the black line is power, which I hooked that one up to the pink one that's in here. Pink and it's a pink and with a black line. That one's for crank on. So when you crank it or you open it all the way, that's when this one gets power. That pink and black. So that pink and black is giving power to the temperature sensor, which I know I shouldn't have done that, because then when the ignition is not fully opened, it's not going to tell me any temperature the temperature. So that's what's here. Now there's two red cables and a pink one. I mean a purple. It looks kind of pink as well. So that one goes all the way down to the starter. All right, that's pretty much it. Everything else, I mean, you could connect yourself. That's self-explanatory. You don't have to do any other modifications except for the water temperature, the oil pressure sensor, and that pink and black cable goes inside. You could use that for something else with the crank on. So here we go with the inside. So you guys can do it the way I did it as well. You get your cluster, you go to the back, and you follow each one of those lines. So for example, you don't cut all of these and then try to figure it out. No, you go, okay, so this one's on the first one. You follow the first lead, and there, boom. That's where it stops. That's pretty much nothing besides the light. I think that's for the high beams. And you go to the second one, which is the two blue ones. You follow these all the way through, so it stops here. What does it say? I think this is a right turn signal. So you label that. These two are right turn signal, and so forth. You go through it just like that. And then you come in here, and I know there's a couple of things that you're not going to use, but it's fine, because one of them is for the e-brake, and that's the one that says brakes. Where is it at? That one is the one that says brakes. You're going to have a couple of them, like all these are power. All these are power when the switch is open all the way. That I already checked. So here we go. Battery voltage, you won't use it because your harness already has it. That comes from the seatbelt one. You can use it if you have the stock seat still. Just, I believe that's a ground. So you ground it, or that's a power, one of the two. Just take your test meter. I'm not using those because I have aftermarket seats. Here's the brake. This one right here is for your e-brakes. So when the e-brake is on, this light will turn on. So all these pretty much right here you won't need. All right, you won't need none of these. At least not for the digital cluster, the one that I have. The only one I still haven't found, and I have to get this today. I'm gonna do the gas lines. I'm gonna need to find out which one's a check engine light. So this purple wire goes connected to this one right here. This purple cable right here, that's for your brakes. So once you step on it, your brakes will turn on. All right. Since I'm going to use this for the radio, the seats, and some other stuff. Don't worry about that. That is aside. This is your main one, your main fuse, main fuses. So this is the one that you get almost everything out of, unless you want to go like me, just separate everything, so that way this one works with just the stock stuff, and that one's for the aftermarket stuff that you're gonna put in there. This is the pink cable that comes in from the it looks like brownish, but it's dirty. But this is like a pink cable, like a tan pink cable that comes in from the motor. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, so if you guys want, when you guys want to play your radio, when the car's off, you have to put this for G-body. So when you put the switch back, it's located, it's a brown cable right here. You got to use a light tester. It's on, let me see if I could show you. It's in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's in there. It's one of those brown cables. So you move your switch back. When you move your switch back, that's when you get the power. Okay. Next thing, this right here, when it looks for a light dimmer or for your lights, for gotta connect it to something that dims all the lights, it's on this green cable that goes connected to your dimmer. All right, it goes here. Hope you guys can see it. I know I'm moving a lot. I'm not getting it right. So this is your light dimmer right here, and this is where you connect the dimmer. Okay. So right here you have a purple one. This is from the digital dash. That's a speed signal. Remember, I got a 4L80, so if you're doing a 4L80, that's where it goes. Maybe a 4L62. This green one is for your tech, for your tachometer. This other green one right here, this is your high beams. If you guys see it, that dark green is your high beams. Okay. This brown one is oil pressure. I believe it's oil pressure. Let me make sure. I'll put everything back some way, somehow. Let me look for it. Oh, it's gonna be all the way in there. Okay. It's oil pressure. Let me hold on, guys. I'll pause it real quick. Okay, sorry about that. So that's oil check. So this is oil pressure. This one right here is a ground. Oh no, is it a ground? Maybe ground. What did it go connected to? It's a gray cable. Gray cable goes connected to the cluster. So let me look at my paperwork. I'll show you guys what the gray one. I think the gray one was lights or something like that. So here's both of the papers I gotta look at. I think that gray one was coming from the digital dash. So digital dash gray is dash lights. There you go. So this is dash lights right here. The gray is, and on the harness I think it's also gray. It's like a light gray. So that's dash lights. This light green one is your lights, regular lights, headlights. This dark green, this dark green one is water temperature. Sorry about that. It's not your it's not the headlights. Sorry about that. That's the light green one. What else? What else? Oh, right turn signal is these two blue ones. You guys know that. The light blue ones are the left. So that's pretty much all you guys need. And all you guys got to do is make sure you guys ground all your grounds. That's the only way you're going to get your digital dash to work. Make sure you got fuses on all where you got to get fuses on. If you buy a digital dash, it will tell you where you get them from. And then my digital dash gave me this one for my fuel sending unit right here, which that one is one of these right here. It says power to fuel, so I might hook it up to this one, or I don't know. I gotta figure it out. If not, okay, if not, I'm gonna run this all the way to the back and hook it up to that power cable that tells you when you're hot, when you're full, and you're on empty on the fuel pump. And then over here, let me show you over there. So I'm still trying to figure out this one. I'm gonna make another video, and I'm gonna let you guys know on a video if it is it. This is supposed to be your this orange, where's it at? Not the orange one. I had cut it too. Where did they put it? I'm doing what's this orange one right here. This one right here. That's supposed to be your neutral safety switch. Oops, can't get that touch. This one's power. So this, on this harness at the end, you look for the one that has 4. So purple, a brown, black with white, and an orange. So what you do is you cut the orange and you cut the black. This one's your neutral switch. So you got to hook up the neutral switch, which would be this one for me. Oh no, this is service engine. Where's the other one? Park neutral switch right here. So I got to extend this cable, but that one got to go connected to this one for the park neutral switch. Then I got my fan 1, my fan 2, and I got to still figure out what those are, because there's a brown one and there's a tan one. The funny thing is that the dark brown one, I have it hooked up to my oil pressure. The 2 light ones are right there, which I'm thinking those are considered the tan. So I might have it backwards, but I got to get the car running in order for me to know if that's a check engine light or not, so that way I can swap them. So pretty much, guys, that's all you guys got to do. Just make sure that this black one is grounded. This is your ground. So you extend it, you ground it somewhere on the frame, and then you put your park neutral safety switch right here, or your neutral park safety, whatever you want to call it. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Send me a message and I'll try to help you out as best as possible. But don't get scared of all these wires. Once you clean them up, you'll know what's what. It's super simple. Just follow directions on that paper. You can either get yourself a multimeter, or like I did it old school with the man, I forgot what they were called. I'm having a brain fart, guys. I'm still sore. I'm still not feeling that well, but I'm still out here doing what I got to do with your light tester. Make sure you get that. All right. With that, hopefully you guys can do your own cluster instead of paying somebody to do it. If you don't feel too comfortable, it's always good to pay somebody that knows what they're doing. Don't pay just somebody that says they know what they're doing. Make sure you go ahead and make sure that that person is legit and knows exactly what they're doing. With that said, guys, I appreciate your support, and I'll go live in a bit. I'm gonna post this one up for all of you guys to see, and that way, those of you who are building, or those of you who have a car and have problems with your cluster, I showed you guys what's what. The colors, mostly all G bodies are the same. So that's the best way to do it. Remember, you could always take out your cluster and follow these leads. Don't cut them all and then try to find them. I did one by one. I took out the cluster and I followed one by one, and I ended up naming them. Good thing I have an extra harness, half harness, and I started taking off stock colors to match up the stock colors. All right. That's it. Have a good weekend, guys. I'll be on the live in a bit.